So I'm David. This is from Sakana AI. It's such a lovely opportunity and an honor to speak in front of this audience. So Sakana AI is a Tokyo-based AI R&D company. Sakana means fish in Japanese. So many people think we sound like a sushi company, but it's actually an AI R&D company. And in this talk, I'll talk about, this AI company based in Japan, how we're thinking about R&D and how we're thinking about deploying AI in a country like Japan. So, this is the fun talk. There's some AI generated fish that's done by me. So this company is founded with three founders. There's me, my co-founders Lion, John, and Renito. I will introduce ourselves. So I come from kind of a weird background. I started my career as a derivatives trader, working for New York-based Goldman Sachs, but somehow I ended up being an AI researcher. And part of me, I've always wanted to study AI, understand the fundamentals of intelligence, and I believe that intelligence requires lots of resource limitations. So I actually, after work at Goldman, I always worked on AI research by myself, working on these limited resource constraints, AI development, and wrote a blog. And eventually my work was discovered by Jeff Dean at Google, who, somehow in the year 2016, he recruited me, and I joined Google Brain as one of the earlier Google generative AI researchers. So I had the opportunity to work on the earlier video generation models, world models, resource constraints, high resolution image generation, hyper networks, and really cool stuff. Along the way, I met my co-founder Lion Jones. He's a great innovator, co-invented the transformer architecture. So he gave a tech talk earlier this week as well. And also I recruited Ren Ito, who used to be a diplomat in Japan and who also worked at tech companies in Japan. So, why did we create the Sakana AI? Most of the AI startups is in San Francisco, New York, or Europe, right? But I think, I tweeted this a few years ago. I think in the field of AI, most of the technologies is either developed in US, in the Bay Area, maybe hopefully New York, or in China, right? For different reasons. Generative AI was really strong historically in US, and maybe because of Google, and China wanted to develop facial recognition technology, for surveillance. And I think every country has their own motivations for development in AI. And deep inside our team, we wanted Japan to have a role in global AI developments. To me, growing up, I was a big fan of Japan and the culture, and Japan always developed these technologies and products that the rest of the world talks about. And we wanted to create a company that can develop the AI technology that the rest of the world talks about as well. So we this is where Lux comes in. We pitched this company. We wanted to start a frontier AI company in Japan to do this AI research in Japan. And we pitched to Lux. They led our first round. Thanks, guys. We also had other investors like NTT, KDDI, and Sony invested as well. And after a year, we had some success. So when you have a success for an AI company, you go pitch to Jensen. So we pitched to Jensen. We had NEA as well, and he supported us, and we're able to start an AI company in Japan. And for our Series A, in order to build an AI company, you need customers. And in Japan, it's working with Japanese customers is not the most easiest thing to do. So our strategy was to tie our Series A with our investors. So essentially, in our Series A, we actually recruited many large Japanese companies to invest into our Series A round. So they're on our cap table, which makes them easier to turn into customers later on. I'll talk about this later as well. So our company is quite well known now in Japan. We're always invited to talk at the Japan Business Federation, the Keidanren. I think Japan also has many issues, societal issues, and we think AI cannot solve everything, but AI can help deal with the aging population, productivity issues, and this is what we're working with the Japanese customers. And I think this is another big question we have, starting an AI company in Japan, how to recruit talents, especially in the US. Maybe Meta is paying billions of people to hire people. How do you get people to come to Japan? Well, Japan is a very popular country, and I think many people like to go to Japan for vacation, and we're able to attract world talents to come to Japan. Especially in our company, we have a strong research culture, and I think many people are attracted to our company in order to work on the research they would like to to. And I think historically, speaking from personal experience, Japan is also a place where, it's always living in the year 2000 since 1980. But somehow it's a place that we can get many great ideas. And so I'll talk about some of our research vision in Japan. Our company is known for a few things. When we're looking at developing foundation models, we don't want to do exactly what everyone else does, is training a large model from scratch. I'm really attracted to the idea of collective intelligence, of this adaptive systems, and our view is, many large-scale machine learning projects are building models like they're building large bridges, and we take a nature-inspired approach. Sometimes not following, reusing what has been done already, combining different models. So in our company, we develop many technologies of combining existing foundation models to push the limits of creating new models. So 1 year ago, we released a research called Evolutionary Model Merge, where we showed that using an evolutionary algorithm, we can take the vast array of open source models that are out there and combine them to create new types of models with new capabilities. For example, a Japanese language model with math capabilities out of existing open source models. This year, we're also extending this work to use agentic technology to combine frontier models. Like, for example, there's all these great AI companies like OpenAI, Google, and DeepSeek. They're creating their own large foundation models. Each of these models have their own biases, strengths, and weaknesses. And by combining them, we figured out ways to push the performance and the frontier of these frontier models. So it's kind of like developing a softmax layer of many of these technology. We show that by combining these models in various different ways, we can achieve really good performance on difficult benchmarks. Like, for example, the ARC AGI2, you can get much better performance by using a MCTS-based method to combine OpenAI's model, Google's model, and the Chinese models. And I think, from Japan's point of view, this is one way for Japan to integrate different models from around the world and collaborate with different countries. Another direction that our company is known for is AI-driven innovation. We think as foundation models become more stronger, even when they hallucinate better, they come up with better ideas. And these ideas can be encapsulated into new research, new algorithms, and new innovations to kind of augment and enhance human scientists as well. So one of the work that, one of the directions that I'm really excited about is automated AI research, getting AI algorithms to come up with better AI algorithms. And ultimately, I think this is one path to make AI models more efficient, more sustainable development going forward. So one of the work I'm really proud of is around a year ago, our company released something called the AI Scientist. Is the first system back then to really use the idea of foundation models to come up with new AI research or AI algorithms, machine learning algorithms. The agents themselves have to actually come up with the code, write the code, run the code on our own humble cluster, gather experiments, and even compile like a research paper that we can submit to like a NeurIPS workshop or whatever. So I thought that was a really cool work, and many people are also going towards this direction. This work actually enable many new possibilities. We're using the same technology, but rather than finding new AI algorithms, we're discovering new algorithms to solve NP-hard optimization problems. Like, I think especially in Japan in industry, there's many real problems in planning, scheduling, route founding, and we're able to develop the technology to solve these very difficult bespoke heuristic problem. Like this one here has been sponsored by Toyota, and our technology consistently gets into the top 2% of performance, coming up with new algorithms compared to human experts. So for our business model in Japan, we're really aimed after the B2B and the B2G market. And we think that's where the opportunity is in Japan. We don't only have 30 seconds left, but we have partnerships with the Mitsubishi banks, like also the securities houses and so on. And we're working with the different regional banks in Japan, and is really developing this technology to help improve the productivity of the workforce. It's I think with a declining population, AI cannot solve many of the problems, but AI can help. And I think we're trying to do our best to develop AI solutions tailored for Japanese enterprises and their governments. And thank you. Yeah, this is the end of my 10-minute talk. Yeah.